Realtree's Midwest Whitetail is brought to you by Cabela's, Easton Arrows, Frigid Forage, Fuse, Grizzly Coolers, Hoyt, Hoyman Tree Saws, Muddy Outdoors, and Realtree.
Well, welcome back to Midwest Whitetail. Today is October 30th, and Troy and I are down here, and we just got done looking for that deer. So it's 4 days after the shot. Just to kind of run you through what's been going on. We came back the 27th, which is the day after we made the hit, and we spent 6 hours that day. I did call the landowner to the south, and she gave us permission to go and look for the buck. And we ran out of blood, and it kind of just became a grid search from there. You know, we spent all our guys going up and down ridges, checking all the nooks and crannies, and then when we weren't able to find that, you know, I went back to the map, and I just kept looking and trying to run different scenarios through my head, you know, whether or not he could have went to the west and then south, and just using the topography. And then me and Troy came back today, and we searched even further, and I mean, we just got to the point where we just kind of exhausted all our options. It's a really crappy feeling to not be able to recover that deer. But looking back, I mean, we're not even for sure it's a fatal hit. And I mean, we definitely covered it well enough that he was not within that area that we looked. And I mean, it's a giant section that we covered. I mean, this is probably 15, 16, 17 hours of tracking and looking with multiple guys. So kind of moving forward, what our plan is, you know, I'm gonna start running some cameras right there. I did identify a bunch of different scrapes and learned a little bit more about the topography that was in that particular public spot. And, you know, hopefully I can get maybe that buck on camera alive on one of those scrapes. So it's not the way we wanted that to end, unfortunately. But I mean, we, like I said, just exhausted all our options. So we've got to move forward. Tonight, Troy's up to bat, so we're going to be heading out tonight to a public spot. It's a new spot for both of us, so I'm going to be behind the camera, but it should be a good night tonight. We got a good northwest wind and cold front running through, so we're going to see what happens, but we got to get out and go take care of a couple things, and then we'll get back to you when we're at the stand.
Well, thanks for joining us this afternoon. Today is October 30th, and Josh and I just kind of finally got set up here. We're on a new piece of public land. Actually, Josh and Collins hunted the north section of this property. We went on the south end today, and we're overlooking basically a dairy farm to our south, and we got thick bedding off to the west here, and there's some food, standing corn also over here by this dairy farm. So the whole idea is tonight is to hopefully catch some of these deer coming out of this bed and going out to the standing corn. The deer have been doing quite a bit of chasing. They've been pretty aggressive here in the last week, but with the colder weather they have been going to food at night, so hopefully we can catch one on the way out to the fields here. This morning Josh and I went out and we looked for his deer, and no luck there, and it's a sad story. I hate seeing that myself as a hunter, but I think a lot of us have been there and been through that, so hopefully he ends up running some cameras on that piece of property and gets some closure to that story. We're just blowing around in a tree here. It's about 4:30, got a couple hours left. The deer have been moving around 5 o'clock, so luckily we were able to find a spot and get set up. I think we got some time here to make something of this hunt. we just had a pretty cool encounter. We did a little rattling a little bit earlier, and we were sitting here for about a half hour, and I was going to do another sequence, and we decided to do a little bit of grunting first just to make sure nothing snuck in on us. And sure enough, we had an 8-pointer come out. I think we got pictures of that deer. He's been running this section pretty good, and he came out, started working up on us, and then this fork buck, or this big fork buck, I guess, came down the grass behind us, and those two postured up, and heck, I thought they were going to throw it down here right underneath the stand. But definitely a cool encounter. Pays off, you know, just trying to learn this piece of property. And I think what we're going to end up doing tonight is we're going to leave the set here and come back in the morning. I think this is going to be a great spot, especially as the rut starts to pick up. So we're trying to figure out what's going on at night time and day, and we got a good food source off here to the edge. And with it being as windy as today, we're just not sure if maybe some of the activity we're not seeing it is because of the wind. So we just want to make sure, you know, when the wind dies off, that what we're seeing is what's accurate for the spot. So if we don't see anything else tonight, this will be our closing interview, and we'll get back up in the tree tomorrow. It's going to be a perfect wind for this spot again, just a little bit less wind. Thanks for watching.